We've had a lake effect snow band sitting over Soldier Field since about 9 this morning, and it's not supposed to budge anytime soon. The good news, the folks don't seem to mind here in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings.
The ball carrier.
Dalvin Cook, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
Dan Bailey lining up for the point after.
Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
That's a gain of 4.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls. But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
First down, a run with Cohen. Open space inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry now for David Montgomery. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. Minshew sets to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be fourth down. Eddie Pinheiro on now for the Bears. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Vikings.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Complete, Jefferson the target. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Complete.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On second down, Cook, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete.
Thrown away. And
now that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26. It's a safety screen. Hey, let 3, let 3. Check 13, check 13.
On the ground, it's Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
touchdown.
And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Now Cook. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
Cook, the ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Kaepernick going to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Bears will extend their lead. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Bears 17. Vikings.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails. Over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5
yards on the play.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
On the ready. You can't block me. You X3. 218. Chop. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3. Check 31. Check 31. Hey.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there. He's got a Bears touchdown. Marlon Mack with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes the score Bears 24, Vikings.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Cook following the penalty, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And his throw here's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Right there, 54.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that penalty will back him up half the distance to the goal line.
18 Gator.
They run. This is Cohen. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
The ball carrier.
Jeff Gladney able to come up and make the tackle. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific, because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
going on second down now. Minshew gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken it around the 40. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
That'll be complete to Cook. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, here's Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 46-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And that's going to be caught. It's Rico Gafford. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
At the 15-yard line.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 32-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. Returnable here for Davis. Now a hit and a loose football. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Returnable here for Davis. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
10 at their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the fourth most in a single season. As the Bears push further out in front. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
The score, Bears 34. Vikings 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back. To the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. The Cook getting the call there on first down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5.
Brought down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a run with Cook. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it second and short.
At the Vikings' 18-yard line.
Now Cohen. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cole Kmet, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made here at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
A run there with Cook on first down, but it won't net him much, maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
It'll buy some time right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. 25 yards that time.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
That's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3 buzz. 80 weapon. Check three. Hard. He's crashing. He's checking crash. 36. Whip. Watch the whip.
And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Rico Gafford, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Jefferson.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Minnesota.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Now Kaepernick. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
First and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Sliding out of the pocket. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On second down, here's Kaepernick. They'll roll him out right. Completes it to the fullback, Ham.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. The screen pass here to Cohen. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And this one complete to Gafford. And he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 7-yard line.
To throw, Kaepernick. And this one's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. Now Kaepernick. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Cook. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Off play action, it's Minshew. He's going to air one out, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Rico Gafford, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
Down and 4.
Out of the gun is Minshew. He'll drop this one down to Cohen, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains.
Complete.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1.
That is caught by Cohen. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Kaepernick now to throw. Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. One final try for Kaepernick. We've seen this before. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Throwing now is Kaepernick.
Today's final.
They set the goal beginning of the year. Hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't do it.
So now to be interesting to see how they respond as a team, because sometimes when you set goals, if you don't achieve them, you don't care anymore. You let everything else go. I want to see if they're going to continue to fight, scratch, claw, do whatever to try and get as many wins as possible, even if it doesn't reach their stated number.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.